Chosen one, what I am about to share may catch you off guard. You need to hear. If you're watching this right now, it's no coincidence. God has led you here because something powerful is unfolding in your life. The tables are turning, and those who once mistreated you are now feeling the weight of their actions. Yes, you heard me correctly. Those who doubted you, disrespected you, or took you for granted are now starting to see the consequences of their behavior. You've endured a season of trials, but the shift is occurring, and now they're beginning to understand the truth. This is more than just a karmic return. It's a spiritual awakening. As the chosen one, you've walked through the fire, and now you're stepping into a season of elevation. However, to fully embrace this transformation, you need to understand how this shift works. Before we dive deeper into this life-changing message, take a moment to pause the video and do 3 things. Hit the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 99. This number will amplify the energy of this moment and send a powerful signal to the universe. And remember, if you're truly a chosen one, you'll watch this video to the end because deep down, your spirit recognizes that this message is meant for you. Now let's dive in. They are now seeing the cost of how they treated you. There comes a time in every journey when the weight of the past begins to shift, and you realize that you are no longer the person you once were. You are the chosen one, chosen by destiny, by the universe, and by your own heart. It's not about a label or title. It's about that undeniable knowing deep within that you are destined for greatness. It's the spark that ignites when you stop waiting for permission to shine and start claiming your space in the world. When you step into your power, it's as though the very air around you shifts. Your energy becomes undeniable, and people can't help but notice. You no longer walk in the shadows of fear or doubt, but stand tall in the light of your purpose. This isn't about arrogance or superiority. It's about acknowledging your worth and standing firm in it. The path you walk now has been carved through resilience, wisdom, and an unshakable belief in yourself. Your rise was never about gaining the approval of others. It has always been about your own belief in who you are. This is your moment to embrace every ounce of that power. You've faced challenges, experienced heartache, and risen time and time again. Now, as the world watches, you stand unyielding, unapologetic, and unstoppable. This journey is yours to own, and no one, not even those who doubted you, can take that away. Betrayal is one of the hardest things to overcome. The people you trusted, the ones who were supposed to have your back, turned out to be the ones who hurt you the most. It's not just the pain of their actions, but the shock and disbelief that they could treat you this way. But with time, you come to understand that betrayal wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to build you. It's the fire that forges the strength within you. When you rise above betrayal, you see that it was never truly about you. It was about them, their insecurities, their fears, and their inability to see your worth. You were always meant for more than they could offer, and their mistreatment of you was just a reflection of their limitations. What they didn't realize is that their treatment of you was the very fuel that would propel you to greatness. Every harsh word, every act of betrayal, every moment of doubt, they all shaped you into the person you are becoming. They didn't break you, they made you stronger. And now, as you stand tall, you see the cost of their actions. While they were busy trying to bring you down, they failed to recognize that your spirit would rise from the ashes like a phoenix. You may have been hurt, but you were never defeated. You emerged stronger, wiser, and ready to show the world that no one can take away your power. Pain has a strange way of shaping us into who we are meant to become. In the darkest moments of our lives, it can feel like the weight of the world is bearing down on us. The pain of loss, betrayal, or heartbreak. At times it may seem overwhelming, but when we give ourselves time to heal and reflect, we realize that pain is not our enemy. It's a teacher. It's through our struggles that we uncover our greatest strength. Think back to the times you felt broken, lost, or alone. And then think about the moments when you got back up, wiped away the tears, and kept moving forward. You didn't let the pain define you. You allowed it to refine you. You transformed every ounce of hurt into fuel for your journey. You turned your tears into wisdom, your scars into lessons. And that transformation is more powerful than you can imagine. So the next time pain knocks on your door, remember this: it's not here to defeat you, it's here to build you. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every setback is a step towards something much greater than you could ever imagine. And when you look back, you'll realize that every tear you shed was worth the strength it gave you. There are moments in life when everything falls into place, almost as if the universe is guiding you toward your destiny. It's when the right opportunity appears at the right time, or when you meet the person who believes in you before you even believe in yourself. These moments of alignment are not coincidences. They're signs that you are on the right path. The universe rewards those who trust the process, even when it feels uncertain. You've faced obstacles, endured setbacks, and navigated through darkness. But through it all, you've stayed focused on reaching your highest potential. Now the universe is responding to the energy you've put out. It's responding to your belief in yourself, even when others couldn't see it. And now, everything you've worked for is beginning to come together in ways you never could have predicted. This is only the beginning. With every step you take, the universe will continue to align, guiding you to even greater heights. Trust that everything is happening for your greater good. The people, opportunities, and circumstances, they are all working in your favor. Your greatness was always meant to be, and now the universe is confirming it to those who doubted you. The price has been steep. They saw your kindness as weakness, your patience as a flaw, and your quiet confidence as fragility. But they didn't know what you were made of. They didn't see the fire that burned beneath your calm exterior, the resilience that thrived in adversity. And now, as they watch in disbelief, they see the true cost of underestimating you. It's easy to overlook someone who doesn't scream for attention, someone who doesn't boast about their achievements. But those who are destined for greatness don't need to be loud. Their actions speak louder than words. And while they were too busy doubting you, you were building your empire, brick by brick, step by step. Now that you've reached heights they never imagined, they have no choice but to acknowledge your power. This is not about revenge. It's about reclaiming your worth. It's about showing both the world and yourself that you are everything they said you couldn't be. Your success is the most powerful message you could send, and it's one that they will never forget. Doubt has a way of creeping into our minds, especially when others cast their uncertainty upon us. However, doubt is not permanent unless we allow it to be. Your path to success wasn't a straight line. It was filled with challenges, moments of hesitation, and times when you questioned your ability to keep going. Yet, despite the doubt, you kept pushing forward. You chose to believe in yourself when others couldn't. Success is not just about reaching a specific goal. It's about the lessons learned along the way. It's about the times you stumbled but found the strength to rise again. It's about the setbacks that only fueled your determination to keep going. Your triumph is built on resilience, perseverance, and a belief that you would never be stopped, no matter the obstacles. It hasn't been easy, but nothing truly worthwhile ever is. And now, as you stand in the light of your success, you see that the doubts you once held were simply stepping stones to something far greater. Every struggle, failure, and tear led you here. You didn't just overcome doubt, You transformed it into the fuel that propelled you forward. It's painful when the people closest to us are the ones who doubt our potential. The ones we trusted, the ones who were supposed to believe in us, turned out to be the ones who hurt us the most. It's not just the pain of their actions, but the shock and disbelief that they could treat us this way. But over time, you come to understand that betrayal isn't meant to break you. It's meant to forge you. It's the fire that strengthens the steel within. When you rise above betrayal, you realize it was never about you. It was always about them. Their insecurities, fears, and inability to see your worth caused them to treat you the way they did. You were always destined for more than they could offer, and their treatment of you was a reflection of their limitations. What they didn't know is that their mistreatment of you was the fuel that would propel you toward greatness. Every harsh word, every act of betrayal, and every doubt only led to the powerful person you are becoming today. They didn't break you, they built you. Now, as you stand in your power, you see the true cost of their actions. While they were busy tearing you down, they failed to recognize that your spirit would rise like a phoenix from the ashes. You may have been hurt, but you were never defeated. You emerged stronger, wiser, and ready to show the world that no one can take away your power. Pain has a curious way of shaping us into who we are meant to be. In our darkest moments, it can feel like the weight of the world is crushing us. The pain of loss, betrayal, and heartbreak. Sometimes it feels unbearable, but when we give ourselves space to heal and reflect, we realize that pain is not our enemy. It's a teacher. It is through our struggles that we find our greatest strength. Reflect on the times you felt broken, lost, or alone. Then, think about the moments when you stood back up, wiped away the tears, and kept moving forward. You didn't let pain define you. You allowed it to refine you. You turned every bit of hurt into fuel for your journey. You transformed your tears into wisdom, your scars into lessons. And that transformation is more powerful than words can express. So when pain comes knocking again, remember this. It's not here to defeat you. It's here to build you. Every challenge, heartbreak, and setback is a step towards something greater than you can imagine. And when you look back, you'll realize that every tear shed was worth the strength it helped you gain. There are times when everything seems to fall into place, as though the universe is guiding you toward your destiny. It's when the right opportunity presents itself at the perfect time, or when someone believes in you before you even believe in yourself. These moments of alignment aren't coincidences. They are signs that you're on the right path. The universe rewards those who trust the process, even when it's unclear. You've faced obstacles, endured setbacks, and walked through darkness. But throughout it all, you remained determined to reach your fullest potential. The universe is now responding to the energy you've put out. It's responding to your belief in yourself, even when others didn't see it. Now, everything you've worked for is aligning in ways you could never have predicted. This is just the beginning. With every step, the universe will continue to align, guiding you to even greater heights. Trust that everything is happening for your greater good. The people, the opportunities, the circumstances, they are all working for you. Your greatness was always meant to be, and now the universe is proving it to those who underestimated you. The price has been steep. They saw your kindness as weakness, your patience as a flaw, and your quiet confidence as fragility. But they didn't know what you were made of. They didn't see the fire that burned within you, the resilience that thrived in the face of adversity. And now, as they watch in disbelief, they realize the true cost of underestimating you. It's easy to overlook someone who doesn't shout for attention, someone who doesn't boast about their achievements. But those destined for greatness don't need to be loud. Their actions speak louder than words. While they doubted you, You were quietly building your empire, step by step, brick by brick. Now that you've reached heights they never imagined, they have no choice but to acknowledge your power. You've always been a compassionate and kind-hearted individual, someone who has consistently given to others without expecting anything in return. But unfortunately, some people saw your kindness as a vulnerability. They took advantage of your generosity, your willingness to help, and your forgiving spirit. They assumed they could exploit your kindness without facing any consequences. What they failed to understand is that kindness is a gift, and when it's exploited, there are always repercussions. Kindness is rare and beautiful, and it should never be treated with disrespect. Those who believed they could manipulate or use you without offering anything in exchange will eventually face the fallout of their actions. Your kindness has always been a strength, not a weakness. Those who took it for granted will soon find that they can no longer rely on others the way they once relied on you. The imbalance they've created will catch up with them, and they will begin to feel the weight of their own actions. You've learned the importance of setting boundaries to protect your energy while still being the compassionate person you've always been. By doing so, you've shielded your heart, remaining true to your nature but with a deeper understanding of when to give and when to protect yourself. Those who exploited your kindness will soon realize the high price they've paid for their actions. Your sense of self-worth is the solid foundation on which everything else is built. You cannot fully embrace your potential until you recognize and truly believe in your own value. For too long, you may have allowed others to shape how you saw yourself, seeking validation from people who didn't have your best interests at heart. But now you understand that your worth isn't determined by others. It's something you define for yourself. With this newfound self-assurance comes the power to set boundaries that protect your peace, your dreams, and your well-being. Boundaries are not walls that shut people out. They are protective measures that ensure you are only surrounded by what serves your highest good. They allow you to prioritize your own needs, say no when necessary, and protect your mental, emotional, and spiritual health. As you've learned to set and enforce these boundaries, you've seen just how essential they are to your growth and success. They are key to unlocking your true potential. Now that your self-worth is firmly established, nothing can stop your rise. You're no longer available to anything or anyone that drains your energy. You are free to walk your own path, unwavering in your confidence and pursuit of greatness. This is your time to rise, and you will do so with grace, power, and unshakable self-belief. For far too long, you wore the label of a victim, letting the hurts, betrayals, and doubts define you. But not anymore. You are no longer their victim. You are the hero of your own story, and you've stepped into your evolution. The person you were is not the person you are today, and now it's time to embrace that transformation fully. Your evolution is a beautiful and necessary process, one that has been shaped by every lesson learned, every scar earned, and every challenge faced. You've shed the old skin of doubt and pain, and in its place, you've grown into someone stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true purpose. No one can hold you back now. Not because you've become perfect, but because you have become whole. As you embrace this evolution, you can look back with gratitude. The struggles, betrayals, and heartbreaks weren't the end of your story. They were the beginning of your transformation. You are no longer the victim. You are the victor. And the best part? This is just the beginning of your journey. The final realization is one of profound clarity. They can no longer dim your glow. Those who once doubted you, mistreated you, or tried to hold you back cannot touch the light within you anymore. You've reached a place where their opinions, actions, and doubts no longer hold any power over you. Your glow is yours, and no one can take it away. This isn't about being untouchable or invincible. It's about knowing your worth and standing in it without apology. Your glow is the result of your journey, your resilience, your healing, and your growth. It comes from within and radiates outward, reflecting your spirit, your strength, and your unwavering belief in yourself. As you continue to shine, you'll inspire others to do the same. Your light will lead the way for those who need it, and for those who tried to steal it from you. They'll be left in the shadows, wondering how they ever underestimated the brilliance that was always within you. Doubt can paralyze you. It creeps into your mind, clouding your judgment and making you question every decision you make. It tells you that you're not enough, not capable, and that you don't deserve the success you're working so hard for. But here's the truth. Doubt is just a prison that will hold you back from your true potential if you let it. But you have the power to break free. Once you realize that doubt isn't your reality, you can see through its illusions. You stop second-guessing every move, and instead, you start trusting yourself. Every challenge you've faced, every obstacle you've overcome, has proven that you are more than capable. You've survived and thrived in ways you never imagined, and now it's time to stop letting doubt control your narrative. Breaking free from doubt is about reclaiming your confidence. It's about standing firm in the belief that you are worthy of everything you desire. You don't need validation from anyone else because you have everything inside you to succeed. The world may be uncertain, but the certainty of your inner strength is a force that can't be shaken. When you trust yourself, nothing can hold you back. Once you break free from doubt, you become unstoppable. You take risks with confidence, speak your truth without fear, and move forward with unwavering clarity. Your journey is yours to shape, and with every step, you build a life that reflects your strength and self-belief. No more doubts, only a rock-solid conviction in who you are and what you're capable of. In a world that pressures us to fit into molds, embracing your uniqueness can feel like rebellion. But the truth is, your individuality is your greatest strength. The things that make you different are the very things that set you apart and give you the power to shine. When you embrace who you truly are, you unlock the potential to create something extraordinary. Being different doesn't mean being isolated or misunderstood. It means being unapologetically yourself. It's about recognizing that your unique perspective, your quirks, and your authenticity are invaluable gifts the world needs. What you can bring to the table is your originality, and that's what will allow you to make a lasting impact. Whether in your relationships, your career, or your community. As you embrace your uniqueness, you let go of the need for approval from others. You stop seeking to fit into a mold that was never meant for you. Instead, you confidently express yourself, knowing that your individuality is something to celebrate. People will be drawn to your authenticity, and you'll inspire them to embrace their unique qualities as well. When you stand tall in your differences, you become a beacon for others who feel out of place. You show them that it's not about fitting in, it's about standing out. Your journey will not only bring you fulfillment, but it will encourage others to step into their own power and shine just as brightly as you do. Vulnerability is often misunderstood as a weakness, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful sources of strength. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you create the space to heal, grow, and connect with others on a deeper level. It's in those moments when you feel most broken that your true strength rises. Those wounds and scars are not symbols of defeat, but proof of your capacity to live, love, and learn. Embracing vulnerability is about accepting your imperfections, acknowledging your past, and understanding that your struggles do not define you, they refine you. Each painful experience has become a part of your story and has shaped you into the resilient person you are today. Your vulnerability is a testament to your resilience, a sign of your courage to face life's challenges head-on and keep moving forward. By stepping into your vulnerability, You unlock a greater depth of emotional intelligence and create meaningful connections with others. Your openness allows others to do the same, fostering an environment of growth, empathy, and mutual understanding. Vulnerability becomes your bridge, not your barrier. Over time, the wounds that once seemed like weaknesses will transform into wisdom, and the lessons from your toughest moments will be the tools you use to help others. Your vulnerability is not something to hide, it is something to honor. Through it, you discover your true strength and power. Too often, we give away our power without even realizing it. We invest our energy into people who drain us, situations that hold us back, and fears that keep us stuck. We sacrifice our peace in the name of approval or obligation. True empowerment, however, comes from reclaiming that energy, taking control of where and how you invest your time and resources. Once you stop giving away your power, you will see how limitless your potential truly is. Reclaiming your power starts with setting clear boundaries, knowing where to draw the line with others and with yourself. It means recognizing when you are being drained or manipulated and taking a step back to preserve your energy. It's about learning to say no without guilt or fear. You are not obligated to give your time or energy to anyone who does not respect your worth. When you reclaim your power, you also take responsibility for your life. You stop blaming external circumstances or others for your struggles and begin to realize that your choices shape your reality. Every decision you make becomes an act of self-love, an investment in your own growth and happiness. As you continue on this path, you will begin to manifest the life you've always dreamed of. Reclaiming your power is not about being selfish, it's about being self-aware. It's about understanding that in order to show up for others in a meaningful way, you must first show up for yourself. Your power lies in your ability to protect your energy, stay true to your values, and never compromise your well-being for anyone else. Everyone has a story, one that is shaped by experiences, challenges, and triumphs. But often, we carry shame and guilt for parts of our story that we wish we could erase. The truth is, those moments of pain, regret, or embarrassment do not define who we are. It's time to own your story in its entirety, without shame or guilt, and accept every chapter as an integral part of your journey. Owning your story means accepting everything that's happened, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. It's about letting go of the power that shame and guilt hold over you and viewing your experiences as opportunities for growth. You are not defined by your mistakes, but by the lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the person you've become. Every part of your story has led you to where you are today. Letting go of shame and guilt allows you to move forward. You stop holding yourself back from the future you deserve and begin embracing the present moment. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means forgiving yourself and acknowledging that you did the best you could with the knowledge and resources you had at the time. Owning your story empowers you to live authentically and fearlessly. You no longer need to hide or apologize for who you are. You stand tall in your truth, knowing that your past has only made you stronger and more resilient. Your story belongs to you, and it's time to own it with pride. In a world that often prioritizes instant gratification and constant hustle, patience can seem like a forgotten virtue. But patience is more than just waiting. It's trusting in the timing of your life. It's recognizing that everything has its season, and the things you desire will come to you when you are ready, neither too soon nor too late. Patience is the art of surrendering to the natural flow of life, without resistance. Trusting the timing of your life means letting go of the need to control every outcome and having faith that the universe is always working for you, even when things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like. The waiting period isn't a time of inactivity. It's a time for preparation, growth, and alignment. Patience teaches you to refine your vision, adjust your plans, and cultivate the wisdom necessary to handle success when it arrives. The beauty of patience lies in the growth it fosters. It teaches you how to embrace uncertainty, stay grounded through times of change, and remain hopeful even when the path forward seems unclear. Patience helps you trust yourself and the process, knowing that nothing worthwhile comes without time, effort, and perseverance. When you trust the timing of your life, you move through each moment with grace and confidence, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should and that the best is yet to come. The waiting is not in vain. It's a crucial part of your journey, and when your time comes, you will be fully prepared to embrace it. Fear of failure is one of the most debilitating emotions we encounter. It holds us back from taking risks, stepping out of our comfort zones, and pursuing our dreams. But failure is not your enemy. It's an essential part of the path to success. In fact, every successful person has encountered failure. It is not something to fear, but something to embrace as part of the journey. Overcoming the fear of failure requires a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing failure as defeat, begin viewing it as a lesson, a necessary stepping stone on the road to success. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's an integral part of it. Every time you stumble, you gain insight, experience, and wisdom that bring you closer to your goal. The key to overcoming the fear of failure is reframing your perspective. Rather than focusing on the possible consequences, shift your focus to what you can learn from the experience. Ask yourself, what can I gain from this? By doing so, you transform every failure into a valuable opportunity for growth. Once you stop fearing failure, you'll see that it has no power over you. You will take bold steps toward your goals, knowing that failure is simply another form of progress. With every risk you take, you will grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Fear of failure will no longer hold you back, because you'll understand that it is just another part of the journey toward success. We are all born with an innate creative spark. It's embedded in our DNA, expressed in how we solve problems, communicate, and breathe life into new ideas. Yet, many people suppress their creativity, thinking it's reserved for artists or brilliant minds. The reality is, creativity is for everyone. It's a tool you can use to navigate through life, overcome challenges, and bring your dreams into existence. The first step to unlocking your inner creativity is releasing self-doubt and the fear of judgment. When you stop questioning whether your ideas are good enough, you allow yourself to explore the infinite possibilities creativity has to offer. It's about granting yourself the freedom to think unconventionally, to explore new ideas, and to trust that your perspective is valuable. Creativity is not confined to a particular profession. It's a mindset, a way of approaching problems and situations with a fresh outlook. Whether you're developing a business plan, organizing a trip, or tackling a personal issue, creativity enables you to discover solutions others might overlook. Unlocking your creative potential unlocks the power to transform your life. You begin to recognize opportunities everywhere and embrace challenges with curiosity and excitement. Your creativity becomes the compass guiding you toward new solutions, opportunities, and a life that reflects your true self. Change is one of the few things we can always count on, yet so many of us resist it. We fear the unknown, cling to the comfort of the familiar, and hold on tightly to what we think we know. But change is the driving force of personal transformation. It is the energy that pushes us beyond our comfort zones and into the version of ourselves we are meant to be. Embracing change is not just a necessity, it's a gift. Personal transformation doesn't occur when we stay stagnant. It happens when we step into the unknown, release what no longer serves us, and make space for the new. Embracing change means trusting that the future holds something greater than what we've left behind. It's about surrendering to the natural flow of life and accepting that every twist and turn is part of our growth. As you embrace change, you'll begin to see it's not something to fear, it's something to welcome. Change brings new opportunities, new perspectives, and new experiences. It allows us to let go of the old and make room for the new. Each change, regardless of its challenges, is a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. When you embrace change, you no longer fear the unknown. You trust the process and have faith that the universe is leading you to something greater. Change is the pathway to personal transformation. Chosen ones, the message God has for you today is pivotal. If you're here watching this, it's no accident. God knows exactly what is happening in your life right now, and He's calling you to release something that's been holding you back. This isn't just about your actions. It's about your thoughts, your energy, and the decisions you are making at this moment. You've been praying, hoping, and waiting for breakthroughs, but there's something you need to stop doing before the blessings can fully manifest. God sees everything, and He's ready to lead you to the next level of your purpose. But first, I want you to pause this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 99. This will send a powerful signal to the universe, magnifying the message you're about to hear. If you are truly a chosen one, you will stay with me until the end because deep down, your spirit knows this message is meant for you. But be warned, if you're not ready to hear the truth, you might not make it all the way through. However, for those of you who do, your life will be forever changed. Let's begin. Chosen one, can you feel that quiet whisper deep within you? That is your divine calling, urging you to rise and step into the higher purpose for which you were created. Many of us ignore this call, distracted by the noise of daily life or the lure of fleeting desires. But make no mistake, God knows exactly what you are meant to do, and He has been waiting for you to answer that call. When you ignore your divine calling, you are not only depriving yourself of a life full of meaning, but you are also withholding the light that is meant to shine brightly in the world. It's time to stop running from your true path. Every moment you delay, you miss the opportunity to align with your higher self and step into your divine mission. The universe is ready for you to awaken, but first, you must stop resisting what God has already set in motion for you. God knows you are ready. He's been preparing you for this very moment. The choice is yours now to stop turning away and start walking boldly toward your destiny. Embrace your divine calling and allow God to lead you to the life you were always meant to live. God understands the immense power that resides within you. The energy you possess is not just for physical expression. It's a force that can either build or destroy, depending on how you direct it. Too many of us waste our energy on things that don't serve our higher purpose, chasing short-term pleasures, getting distracted, or giving in to temptation. But when you decide to focus that energy on spiritual growth, you create a deeper connection with the divine, and your life transforms. Redirecting your energy is not about rejecting your desires, it's about mastering them. God knows your true power lies in your ability to channel your energy in ways that align with your higher calling. Every moment spent in self-discipline, focusing on spiritual growth, or pursuing a greater mission is an investment in your future. God sees your efforts, and He honors your dedication to walking the sacred path of purpose. By redirecting your energy, you stop being a slave to your impulses and start living from a place of divine clarity. God's plan for you is greater than any temptation. Trust in the process, trust in His timing, and watch your life transform in ways you never thought possible. Chosen one, your sexual energy is not just for physical pleasure. It is a sacred gift, a divine energy that can either elevate you or drain you. Too often we misuse this powerful force, allowing it to guide us down paths that only leave us feeling empty. But God knows the immense potential of this energy. It's meant for greater purposes: creation, inspiration, and spiritual growth. In many spiritual traditions, sexual energy is revered as sacred. It's a bridge between the physical and the divine, and when used with intention, it can unlock creative potential, ignite passion, and deepen your connection with God. However, when misused, it can scatter your energy and hinder your spiritual progress. God doesn't want you to waste this precious gift. Instead, He calls you to honor it, to redirect it toward your higher calling. When you learn to honor and redirect your sexual energy, you unlock a new level of spiritual clarity. You transcend the physical and begin to tap into the divine creative force within you. This energy can propel you toward your true purpose, so don't squander it. Embrace it, honor it, and use it to fuel your spiritual awakening. Chosen one, every day you are given a finite amount of energy. How you choose to use it determines the course of your life. Too often, we allow ourselves to be distracted by the world around us, chasing after things that don't serve us, or focusing on things that drain us. But God knows your true potential, and He knows that you can redirect your energy towards something far greater: your spiritual growth. Every moment you align with your divine calling is an opportunity to strengthen your connection with God. When you channel your energy into practices that nurture your soul, whether it's meditation, prayer, service, or creative expression, you align with your higher self. This is not a time for mindless distractions or empty pursuits. Your energy is sacred, and how you use it shapes your destiny. If you continue wasting your energy on things that don't serve you, you are not only holding yourself back, but also preventing the divine light within you from shining brightly. Stop wasting your energy. Instead, channel it towards spiritual growth, and you will begin to live a life filled with purpose, clarity, and divine fulfillment. Celibacy is often misunderstood, especially in a world that celebrates instant gratification and physical pleasure. But for the chosen ones, God calls us to embrace this sacred path, not as a restriction, but as a powerful tool for spiritual growth. When you choose celibacy, you are not denying yourself. You are redirecting your energy toward a higher purpose, deepening your relationship with God, and fulfilling your divine mission. God knows the strength required to walk this path, and He honors your commitment to abstain from the distractions of the world. It is through celibacy that you create space for spiritual clarity, creativity, and divine connection. As you learn to master your desires, you unlock a deeper understanding of your purpose, and you become more attuned to the calling God has placed on your life. Celibacy isn't about suppressing who you are. It's about honoring your true essence and your connection to the divine. By walking this sacred path, you will discover a deeper sense of peace and clarity, and your spiritual growth will accelerate. Trust that God is with you every step of the way, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your higher calling. The way the world perceives sexual energy is often shallow and narrow. It's seen as merely a tool for temporary satisfaction, a physical urge to be fulfilled. But for the chosen ones, sexual energy is a potent force that should be respected and channeled for a far more significant purpose. God knows the immense power you possess, and He calls upon you to redirect this energy toward creativity, spiritual awakening, and fulfilling your divine mission. When you consciously use your sexual energy, you align yourself with the divine flow of creation. This energy, when properly directed, can enhance your creativity, strengthen your spiritual practices, and bring you closer to your higher self. God created this energy with purpose. It is a blessing, not a burden. By respecting it, you elevate yourself and bring more light into the world. Stop using your sexual energy for fleeting pleasures. Instead, recognize it as a divine force that propels you toward your true calling. As you align your energy with your higher purpose, you will experience a life filled with fulfillment, joy, and divine creativity. Chosen one, God understands the depths of your capabilities. He knows your heart, your struggles, your desires, but also your potential for something greater. Stop squandering your precious energy on distractions, trivial desires, and things that keep you from your true purpose. It's time to refocus, embrace your divine calling, and step into the life you were destined to live. The world is waiting for the unique light only you can offer. God knows what you're capable of. Now it's time for you to recognize it too. Chosen one, it's not about suppressing your desires, but about learning how to redirect them in a way that elevates your soul. The desires within you are powerful, but if left unchecked, they can take you away from your true path. However, when you consciously choose to redirect these desires, you unlock an unimaginable level of spiritual growth. God knows what lies within you, and He knows that by redirecting your energy, you will tap into potentials beyond your comprehension. Redirecting desire demands discipline, awareness, and a deep understanding of your higher purpose. When you stop letting impulses control you, you begin to see the world through a spiritual lens. Instead of seeking fleeting pleasures, you start to prioritize experiences that nourish your spirit and help you grow. This shift will bring you closer to God and bring you in alignment with your divine mission. As you redirect your desires toward higher pursuits, you will notice an increase in creativity, clarity, and a deeper sense of inner peace. When you elevate your vibration, your environment begins to shift, doors open, relationships flourish, and your life reflects the divine energy you choose to channel. Your growth becomes not just personal, but cosmic, as you align with the universal flow of creation. Redirecting your desires is the key to unlocking spiritual growth beyond what you can imagine, and God has been waiting for you to realize this truth. Discipline might seem burdensome to some, but for the chosen one, it is the sacred key to unlocking your higher calling. God knows you have the strength within to cultivate discipline. It is not a form of punishment, but a practice of purpose. Discipline provides structure and focus on your spiritual journey, ensuring every step you take aligns with your divine mission. Every time you choose discipline, whether controlling desires, mastering your mind, or dedicating time to spiritual practices, you strengthen your connection with the divine. The more disciplined you become, the clearer your path will be. God does not want you wandering aimlessly. He wants you to move forward with intention and purpose, and for that, discipline is necessary. By cultivating divine discipline, you transform your life. You stop reacting to the world around you and begin to create your reality with God's guidance. Your thoughts, actions, and energy align, and you start living the life you were meant for. Discipline is not a restriction. It is the freedom that comes with living in alignment with your true calling. God knows what you're capable of, and now it's time for you to prove it to yourself. There is a spiritual secret that many overlook, but is vital to living a life full of purpose and fulfillment: the art of transmuting energy. This is the ability to transform negative or low-energy states into something powerful and divine. Whether it's sexual energy, anger, or fear, mastering the transmutation of that energy unlocks your true power. God knows that within you lies the ability to turn every challenge into a stepping stone for spiritual growth. Picture transforming your struggles into fuel that propels you forward. This is the power of transmutation. By learning how to shift your energy, you stop being a passive participant in your life and start consciously creating your reality. No longer will lower vibrations like fear or frustration control you. Instead, You will harness that energy and transform it into creativity, love, and spiritual clarity. God has given you the gift of energy transmutation. You are not a victim of your emotions or circumstances. By mastering this skill, you can turn any energy into a force for good. This is your spiritual superpower, chosen one. Embrace it and watch as your life shifts in ways you never imagined. Temptation is a formidable force that can easily lead you off your spiritual path. Whether it's the temptation to indulge in physical desires, distractions, or negative thinking patterns, it's easy to lose sight of your higher calling. But God knows you have the strength to resist temptation and stay true to your path. Temptation is not something to fear, it's something to overcome. Each time you resist temptation, you grow stronger. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you choose to walk in alignment with your divine purpose, you're taking another step toward a more fulfilled and meaningful life. God has equipped you with everything you need to succeed. You only need to trust in His guidance and your ability to stay on course. Temptation will always be there, but it doesn't have to control you. You possess the power to rise above it and stay focused on the path ahead. By aligning yourself with your higher purpose and resisting distractions, you'll experience a deeper connection with God and find greater peace and fulfillment in your life. Self-discipline is one of the most essential qualities you can cultivate on your spiritual journey. God knows that mastering self-discipline is the key to spiritual enlightenment. Without it, your impulses and desires can pull you in all directions, leaving you scattered and disconnected from your true calling. But when you learn the practice of self-discipline, you take back control of your power and align yourself with divine will. Self-discipline isn't about denying yourself freedom or pleasure. It's about understanding that your true strength comes from within. By controlling your impulses, you create the opportunity to make decisions that are in harmony with your higher self. This leads to spiritual awakening, the realization that you are more than just your physical body, desires, or emotions. You are a divine being with a specific purpose. God sees your potential, and He knows that through self-discipline, you will awaken to the fullness of your divine purpose. When you practice self-discipline, you get closer to your higher self, and your life will reflect the clarity and wisdom you have gained. Through self-discipline, you step into the life you were always meant to live. Desire is an incredibly potent force. It can drive you to greatness or lead you astray. God understands that your desires are not inherently negative. They are part of your human experience. However, when your desires are misaligned with your higher calling, they can pull you away from your true path. Mastering your desires is the key to aligning your energy with God's plan for your life. When you learn to master your desires, you stop acting out of impulse and begin acting with purpose. You realize that each desire reflects a deeper yearning for fulfillment, love, and connection. By aligning your desires with God's plan, you start living a life that is rich in meaning and spiritual depth. God has a plan for you, and your desires are part of it. But to fulfill your mission, you must learn to control your desires, aligning them with the highest good. Once you do, your energy becomes a divine force, propelling you toward the fulfillment of your true calling. When you learn to redirect your energy, you tap into a transformative power that can change every aspect of your life. God knows that within you lies the potential to create, heal, and inspire. But this potential can only be unlocked when you wisely use your energy. Redirecting your energy means focusing on what truly matters: your spiritual growth, your purpose, and your connection to the divine. When you shift your focus toward your higher calling, everything starts to change. You experience greater clarity, creativity, and inner peace. Challenges that once felt like obstacles turn into opportunities for growth, and you begin to view difficulties as stepping stones toward your ultimate purpose. God has granted you the power to transform your life. Now is the time to start using it. The moment you decide to redirect your energy, you unlock a life full of divine potential. Watch as your life transforms, as the energy once wasted on distractions becomes a force for spiritual awakening and fulfillment. Temporary pleasures may seem appealing, but they can never offer the lasting peace and satisfaction you truly seek. God knows that your true purpose is far more fulfilling than any fleeting desire. The things that once distracted you are not nourishing your soul. They are keeping you from stepping into the life you were meant to live. It's time to stop chasing after empty pursuits. Embrace your true calling, and you will find fulfillment that transcends anything the world can offer. When you focus on your higher purpose, you connect with a deep source of joy and peace that remains unshaken. God's plan for you is more beautiful than anything temporary pleasures can provide. Embrace your divine mission, and everything else will align. When you follow your true path, you will experience lasting meaning and satisfaction. God knows what is best for you. Now it's time for you to trust in His plan. God knows your potential. He sees what you are capable of achieving, and He has equipped you with everything you need to fulfill your divine purpose. But in order to fulfill your mission, you must focus your energy on what truly matters. This is your time to step into your full potential, to stop wasting time, and to begin living a life that aligns with God's plan for you. The world is waiting for your light. Your unique gifts and talents are meant to be shared, but they will only come to life when you choose to redirect your energy toward your higher calling. God is waiting for you to answer the call and step into the greatness He has always seen in you. Trust in your divine potential, redirect your energy, and watch as your life transforms. You are capable of more than you ever imagined. The time to fulfill your purpose is now. God knows what you can do. Are you ready to step up? Deep within your heart, you know there's more to life than what you see around you. God has placed a divine calling on your life, a calling you can no longer ignore. But for too long, you've been avoiding it, running from it, or perhaps not even recognizing it. It's time to face the truth. Your purpose is waiting for you, and you are more than capable of stepping into it. Avoiding your divine calling might offer temporary comfort, but it won't bring lasting fulfillment. The longer you ignore it, the more restless your soul becomes. That restlessness is God's way of reminding you that you are meant for something greater. This is not a coincidence. Your calling has been preordained. God knows exactly what you are capable of, and He is waiting for you to answer the call. When you embrace your true purpose, the universe begins to align in ways you can't even fathom. Everything starts to make sense as the pieces of your life fall into place. The relationships, opportunities, and experiences that once seemed random will now feel intentional. As you move forward in alignment with your divine mission, you will see how everything works together. Chosen one, stop running from your purpose. The time is now. God has already equipped you with everything you need to succeed, and He is waiting for you to step into the greatness you were born for. It's time to stop running and start walking boldly toward your destiny. The moment you choose to stop running is when your spiritual awakening begins. For far too long, you have been running on autopilot, caught in a cycle of distractions, temptations, and empty promises of satisfaction. But God knows that true awakening doesn't come from seeking external validation. It comes from the decision to stop and look inward. Stopping is not about inaction. It is about taking an intentional pause. In that pause, you make space to listen. It is in those quiet moments that you begin to hear the whispers of your soul, the guidance that God has always provided, waiting for you to tune in. It is within the silence that your authentic self begins to emerge. The distractions that once held power over you lose their grip, and you begin to remember who you truly are. Through this moment of stillness, you start to see the world with fresh eyes. the noise of society and the pressure to conform begin to fade, and you reconnect with your higher calling. No longer do you feel the need to rush or seek validation from others. You realize that your path is uniquely yours, and it is in these moments of stillness that you receive the clarity to move forward. God knows what your soul truly yearns for. He understands that your awakening is already unfolding. The choice to stop is the catalyst that sets in motion your full spiritual transformation. So pause, and in that moment of stillness, everything will begin to change. Fear has been a constant companion for too long. Whether it is fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown, it has kept you from stepping into your full power. But God knows that fear is not stronger than the divine strength within you. You were not created to live in fear. You were created to overcome it. Fear often disguises itself as protection, making you believe it is keeping you safe. But in truth, it only holds you back from the abundant life that God intends for you. When you allow fear to control your decisions, you limit your potential. You stay small, avoiding the opportunities that could elevate you. But God has never called you to remain small. He has called you to rise. When you choose to confront your fears head-on, you break free from their hold. The divine power within you is greater than any fear trying to stand in your way. With each step you take toward your fears, you build your faith and align more deeply with your divine purpose. Fear may still be present, but it no longer holds the power it once did. God knows that you are more than capable of handling whatever comes your way. You were born to rise above fear, walk boldly in your truth, and create a life of meaning. The moment you stop allowing fear to control you is the moment you unlock your boundless potential. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to lose focus on what truly matters. But chosen one, your path to spiritual clarity begins with redirecting your focus. God has given you a mission that requires unwavering attention. The world will always try to pull your focus in many directions, but you must decide where to invest your energy. When you redirect your focus, you begin to understand the true essence of who you are and why you're here. You stop living for the approval of others and start living to fulfill the purpose of your soul. Your energy becomes laser-focused, and in turn, your actions align with your divine calling. You no longer feel scattered, uncertain about your next steps. You are grounded in the truth of your mission. Redirecting your focus isn't easy. It requires discipline, self-awareness, and the willingness to let go of distractions. But every time you choose to refocus, you strengthen your connection with God and your inner wisdom. This is the path to true spiritual clarity, when your focus is on divine guidance and not the noise of the world. God knows the clarity you seek is waiting for you. Choose to redirect your energy toward your higher purpose and watch as your life aligns with God's plan. In a society that thrives on seeking approval from others, it's easy to get caught in the trap of needing validation. You might find yourself always looking for praise, recognition, or affirmation. But chosen one, God knows that His approval is the only validation you need. The world's approval is fleeting, but God's approval is everlasting. When you seek validation from others, you give away your power. You allow external opinions to define your worth, and in doing so, you lose sight of your true value. But when you stop seeking approval from the world, you reclaim your power. You align with the truth that God has already declared you worthy. Your worth is not based on the opinions of others. It is based on who you are in God's eyes. God's approval is not conditional. It is unconditional. You do not have to prove your worth to anyone, because it is already yours. When you align with this truth, you stop searching for validation and start living in the fullness of your divine purpose. Your confidence comes from within, not from external sources. God knows who you are and what you are capable of. You don't need anyone else's approval to step into your greatness. His approval is more than enough to guide you along your true path. Your past does not define you, chosen one. Too often we allow past mistakes, failures, and regrets to hold us back. We tell ourselves that because of what we've done or experienced, we are unworthy of the divine purpose ahead. But God knows that your past is just a chapter in your story. It is not the entire book. You are not your past. Every mistake, every challenge you've faced has prepared you for this moment. Your past has shaped you, but it does not have to limit you. The moment you stop identifying with your past is the moment you begin to step into your true potential. God has already forgiven you. Now it's time to forgive yourself and move forward with a renewed sense of purpose. God has already rewritten your story. He sees you as whole, worthy, and capable of fulfilling your divine mission. When you let go of shame, guilt, and limiting beliefs tied to your past, you make room for the new possibilities God has planned for you. Your future is not determined by where you've been. It's determined by where you choose to go from here. It's time to stop living in the shadows of your past and step into the light of your divine calling. God has greater things ahead for you. Trust in His plan and embrace the future He has set before you. Chosen one, you were never meant to be small. From the moment of your creation, God designed you for greatness. Yet, time and again, you have held yourself back, settling for less than what you truly deserve, dimming your light to fit in, or staying silent when your voice should be heard. But God knows you are capable of much more than you've allowed yourself to believe. Playing small is an act of self-sabotage. It's a way of holding yourself back from the power, purpose, and potential that lie within you. But God didn't create you to be small. You were made to shine, to have an impact, and to fulfill a divine purpose that only you can carry out. The world needs your unique gifts, your light, your wisdom, and it's time for you to fully embrace that greatness. When you stop playing small, you step into the fullness of who you are. You stop apologizing for your brilliance and start sharing your gifts with the world. You stop doubting your abilities and begin trusting in the divine power that resides within you. God knows what you're capable of, and He has already given you everything you need to fulfill your purpose. It's time to stop shrinking, to embrace your greatness, to step into your divine power, and to watch as your life transforms. You were made for more, and it's time to claim it. The search for external fulfillment can feel endless. Whether it's chasing material possessions, relationships, or social status, we often believe happiness lies outside of ourselves. But chosen one, God knows that you are already complete. You don't need to look outside yourself for fulfillment. It has always been within you. External things may bring temporary satisfaction, but they will never fill the emptiness you feel inside. The truth is, you are whole. Your worth is not based on what you have or what others think of you. It's rooted in who you are as a child of God. When you recognize this truth, you stop seeking fulfillment from external sources and begin nurturing the inner peace that comes from aligning with your divine purpose. God has placed everything within you to live a life of fulfillment. The love, joy, and peace you desire are not found in external circumstances, but in the deep connection between you and the divine. When you stop seeking outside validation, you cultivate a lasting inner peace and fulfillment that can never be taken away. You are already enough. God sees your worth, and it's time for you to see it too. When you stop seeking fulfillment from the outside world, you will discover the profound peace that resides within. Far too often, we settle for less than we deserve out of fear, insecurity, or the belief that we are unworthy of more. But chosen one, God knows you are deserving of the fullness of life. Your divine inheritance is ready for you, but it requires you to stop settling for mediocrity and start claiming what is rightfully yours. Settling for less is a form of self-rejection.